Welcome to the beautiful island of Crete, the southernmost island in Greece. I hope you enjoy the ocean waves for your 30-minute Yin-Yoga class. We'll be stretching out the entire body, and you don't need any props, but always welcome to keep a blanket or a bolster nearby just in case. Today we will begin in an easy seated position, gently resting your hands on top of your knees, inhaling and exhaling, settling into your breath, dropping your shoulders down away from the ears, elongating the spine, reaching the crown up to the sky. Begin to roll the shoulders backwards in a smooth circular motion towards the ears and back down 5 times in a backwards direction. Inhaling as you lift, exhale as you lower. And then bring the shoulders forward in a smooth circular motion, drawing them up towards your ears and exhaling, letting your shoulders come back down. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, palms together. Exhale, twist to the left, bringing your right arm to rest on your right knee. Left hand grounded on the floor behind you, twisting from the lower spine as you gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, back up to center, raising both arms to the sky, palms to touch. And exhale, twisting to the right, dropping your left hand to the left knee, right hand behind your right hip, gazing over the right shoulder. As you inhale, draw up through the crown of the head, and exhale, deepen the twist. Inhale, reaching arms up to the sky, bring your palms to touch, and exhale, lower your hands and your head back to heart center. And we'll go ahead and set up for our first yin pose. So we're going to be going into a butterfly pose. Soles of feet to touch. You can begin to flap the thighs like butterfly wings, gently opening the pelvic muscles, interlocking your fingers underneath the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back, and as you exhale, begin to fold from the hips before you begin to round the spine. We don't want to round the spine too much. You can try to keep your gaze ahead of your toes. In this case today, I really needed the neck stretch, so you'll see that my spine is quite rounded. But again, just feeling what your body needs today. If it's very uncomfortable or if you're having any pain in your knees, you can try bringing the feet a little bit more forward away from the groin. Just offering a deep stretch to the inner thighs and the knees while strengthening the pelvic floor, our psoas muscles, and our hip flexors. We're going to stay here for 2.5 minutes. This is an excellent asana for anybody experiencing lower back stiffness and pain, as often these pains are associated with tightness in the hips. So just breathe deeply on your exhale, seeing if you can release, if you can fold a little bit more, opening up the hips a little bit more on each exhalation. Focusing on your breath, and when your mind begins to wander, gently invite it back to the body, back to the breath. Taking our final breath here. And as you exhale, coming out of this pose, slowly lift the head and the chest up, release your palms, bring them behind your back, bring the knees together, and exhale, drop your knees down to the left. Inhale, engaging the core, bring the knees back to center and over to the right, releasing the lower back, and slowly windshield wipe your legs from side to side. We'll do 3 times on each side. A lot of the body's stress and tensions get stored in the hips, the psoas, and the pelvic floor muscles, so this stretch is great to alleviate a lot of that tension. Dropping your knees over to the right side, Keep your right leg bent here. Sweep your left leg behind you, keeping the left leg and knee bent and the foot behind your hip. Almost as if we're going into a 90-90. So we have that front leg parallel, that front shin towards the top edge of the mat. And as you exhale, bring your hands onto the floor in front of you. Allow your torso to fold over and adjust the position of your legs to your comfort. You're looking for sensations in your hips and the lower back area. So both legs are almost at a 90-degree angle, and again, you can adjust as much as you need. If the front knee lifts up, you can place a folded blanket underneath for support. You can bring the foot in towards the groin if the 90-degree angle is uncomfortable. The tendency here is for the hips and the body to lean on the right thigh and hip. And you can try to keep it back by pressing down into the left hip. This internal rotation may feel quite deep in the groin. You can sit tall or you can fold down onto your elbows. If you want to take it a bit deeper, you can walk your hands back behind you and lean gently. If leaning backwards is painful, you can walk the hands forward, which looks like what I'm doing here, almost a variation of resting pigeon. Again, remembering to press the left hip down, finding a gentle tuck of the tailbone. Relax your chest and arms. They're just propping you up slightly. Inhaling deeply. Exhale as you release that tension. Just explore how this feels for you. Do you feel balanced or off-center? Can you sit with ease? Can you soften around the hips? Can you breathe evenly and without effort? Softly releasing and freeing the muscles from any tension held deep within them. Observing your sensations. You can acknowledge them and name them to yourself. And if a sensation feels too much, let your body do what it needs to come to your edge before screaming discomfort. Play with your edge. Allow it to change your body as it responds to the stillness and release. We'll take one more breath here. Coming out of this pose, gently walking your hands back towards your body, lifting the torso, and we'll switch sides, keeping both knees bent. You can plant your feet and kind of windshield wipe over to the left side, bringing your torso to face the left knee, moving your right leg behind you, keeping the knee bent, the foot's behind your hip, allowing your front shin to move toward the top edge of your mat. Finding that 90-degree angle in the front left leg or bringing the foot closer to the groin if you're experiencing any discomfort. Using a blanket or a bolster if you need under that knee. Just get settled here. And notice once again how all of that body weight wants to sink down onto that left hip. And try to keep some of it in the right hip. So ground it down. You can either stay upright with your hands on the floor in front of you, or you can allow your torso to fold over toward the floor as I'm doing here. These hip openers, they help improve the flexibility, strength, the stability of our hips, but also relieve the accumulated stress and tension. In the deep stretch, the stored tension's releasing. It allows further balance of the body and mind. And over time, this helps release negative emotions, which can be stimulating and empowering, allowing you to let go of fear and move forward in life. Bringing balance into the body and the mind, including the emotions. We'll stay here again about 2.5 minutes as we did on the previous side. Tuning into your breath, just observing the sensations in the body. We'll take one more breath in this pose. And as you exhale, use your hands to support you as you gently begin to lift the torso back up. And we'll come into all fours in a tabletop position, shoulders stacked over your hands. Your hands can be a little wider than the shoulders, knees stacked over the hips, knees about hip width distance apart. Inhale, back arching down, tailbone lifts, shoulders roll back, gaze forward. Exhale, chin to chest, back arches, tailbone curls down. And inhale as you arch. Exhale as you round and open the shoulders, taking this at your own pace. Inhale and exhale. Pull the navel into the spine. Push away the floor. Inhale and exhale, filling the space between the shoulder blades. Now we're going to come down into a puppy pose. So keeping your hips raised up, exhale, walk your hands forward, allowing your chest to drop down and lower towards the mat. If possible, keep your hands shoulder width apart. But if you're having any shoulder pain, move them further apart. Spread them wider on the mat. Forehead comes down to the ground. Fingers keep reaching in forward in front of you. Keep your hips raised above your knees. And you may be able to bring your chin to the floor to look in front of you. Otherwise, just leave the forehead where it is. Keeping the core tucked is essential to prevent dumping into the lower back here. So if you're experiencing any lower back pain, try to activate the core, tuck the navel in towards the spine. This is a great pose to counterbalance all the rounding of the shoulders that we do in daily life, driving, sitting at the computer, hunched over on our cell phones. But it can also be very painful for some people. So if this pose is too much at any time, feel free to come out. Just rest in a comfortable position and breathe. Take one more breath here in this pose. And we'll slowly begin to come out, rounding the spine, coming all the way down onto our stomachs, straightening your legs behind you, bending your arms, placing your forehead on your hands, and just rest here for a moment, expanding the belly into the mat as you inhale and exhale, relax. Setting up for our next pose, Sphinx pose. Clasp your elbows with the opposite hands to measure shoulder width apart, and then open your arms up, extending forearms on the mat, palms flat to the earth. Broaden your chest, draw your shoulder blades back towards each other, reach your heart center forward, chin up, gaze forward. And the elbows can be positioned directly underneath the shoulders if you'd like to go deeper. But if this is too intense for your lower back, you can move the elbows about an inch forward in front of the shoulders. Keep your neck long. Keep drawing your shoulder blades back and down. Trying to pull your elbows back and push your chest forward into this slight back bend. Feeling the contact of your pelvis and your pubic bone on the floor. Feel the weight of your sacrum sinking down into Mother Earth. And the smooth flow of breath while expanding and contracting the diaphragm muscles. Taking one more breath in our Sphinx pose here. Inhale. And as you exhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the body, widen the hands on the mat. Inhale, looking up to the sky in a bigger back bend here, seal pose, just for a breath. And then as you exhale, rounding the back, widen the knees on the mat, toes to touch, and come down into a child's pose, allowing the chest to drop down, face down, forehead on the mat. Surrendering to this pose as we stretch the arms to open up the chest, the upper back, the rib cage, and the abdomen. And it's okay if your hips aren't touching your heels. If you're really far up or uncomfortable, you're welcome to place a block there. Otherwise, just begin to let the stress melt away. Inhaling slowly, exhaling mindfully. And if your mind begins to wander, just gently invite it back to the breath, back to this present moment. Taking one more breath here in our child's pose. Inhale and exhale. Begin to walk your hands back towards your body, bringing the torso up. And then we're going to come onto our bellies, extend the legs long behind you. Go ahead and bend the left leg, bringing the left knee in line with the hip. Right leg stays extended behind you. Left foot is in line with the knee, so 90-degree angle here, and keep the left foot flexed. You can rest here on your forearms, or if you'd like to go deeper, bring the forearms down to the mat, palms down in a Sphinx-like position as we were before. If you'd like to go even deeper, bend the right arm, rest the head in the hand, and begin to bend the back right leg, bringing the toes towards your glute. Reach your left arm back, holding your right foot in your left hand. Opening up the left shoulder, the right quadricep, and the left inner thigh. Cat pulling its tail. This is the full expression of the pose. But if this is too much or this is uncomfortable, feel free to come down to one of the earlier variations and rest there. So we will stay here for 2 minutes. Inhaling and exhale. Feel the tension beginning to melt away with each exhalation. Just observing our thoughts, letting them be like waves in the ocean coming to shore, drifting back out to the sea. Not judging them or condemning them, just letting them be a wave, a temporary thought or emotion that will soon wash away. Inhale, exhale. Taking one more breath here in this pose. And as you exhale, release that back leg. Bring the left leg back behind you, extended long to meet the right leg. Rest your forehead on top of your hands. Just rest here, reset for a moment. Take a deep breath. And then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So this time you're going to bring the right knee out to the side, keeping it in line with your right hip. So knee is bent at 90 degrees, your right foot is flexed, left leg extended behind you. An option to stay here, or go ahead and come onto your forearms in a Sphinx. And if you'd like to go deeper, bend the left arm, rest your head in your palm, bend the back leg, grab a hold of your foot with the opposite hand. This time the right shoulder is opening, a stretch in the left quadricep, and a gentle opening in the right inner thigh. Turning into the breath, dropping into this meditative-like state. Breathing, observing. With each exhalation, just noticing how your body begins to release. Taking one more breath here in this pose. And as you exhale, release the back leg. Bring the right leg back to meet the left leg, extended long behind you. Take a breath, reset, inhale, and exhale. Now our next pose is going to be a reclined butterfly, so you can just shift over onto your back. I had to sit up to get some sand off of me. I'm going to gently come all the way down onto my back, bringing the soles of my feet to touch, opening up the knees to the side. And if this is a lot, you can bring the feet a little bit further away from the groin. If you'd like to go a little deeper, you can bring the feet closer to the groin. Just noticing how this feels as opposed to when we were sitting up at the beginning of our practice. Maybe you feel a little bit more open and more easily able to bring the knees down towards the mat. Or maybe this is more difficult and causes more strain in the lower back. If so, just adjust your feet so that you can find a place of comfort and not pain. You have the option to bring your arms over your head. You can clasp onto the opposite elbow. But if this causes any strain in the lower back, just keep your arms gently resting down at your side. Keep breathing. Inhale. And exhale. Release the tension. See if you can soften the hips, soften the muscles in your face. Keep scanning the body to notice anywhere you may be storing tension during this pose. And on your exhale, gently releasing any tension. any stress, let it melt away. Taking one more breath here in this reclined butterfly pose. And on your exhale, bring your knees to touch. Inhale. And bring your arms down to your sides. Exhale as you begin to gently windshield wipe the legs from left to right or right to left, whatever's comfortable. Just 2 times in each direction, moving slowly, releasing the lower back. And then we'll come down into our final pose, corpse pose, Savasana. Extending your legs, resting your arms on the mat. Mindfully releasing any tension in the body. Unclench the jaw. Let the shoulders roll down towards the mat. Releasing the chest. Releasing your arms and your hands. Bring your awareness down to your legs, all the way down to your toes. As you begin to drift into a meditative state, inhale and exhale. Bring your awareness back to your body. You can begin to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Invite some gentle movement back into the body. So you take another deep breath here. Then slowly begin to roll onto your side. Just stay here on your side for just a moment. Send yourself some gratitude for your practice today. Say thank you to your body. Take another breath here, relax. And as you exhale, push yourself up into a seated position. We'll close this practice off together. Coming into an easy seated position. Inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky, palms to touch. Bring your hands down over your heart center. And one more time, inhale, reaching your arms up to the sky, palms to touch. And bring your hands back down, your head and heart towards the center. Thank you so much for your practice today. Namaste.